This is a PowerPoint on the Druid class in Hearthstone. Druid has been known throughout the years as a ramping class. Of course, if you know what ramp means, it means when you gain mana crystals or you gain resources towards a late game where you have more expensive cards than your opponent, and then you try and draw them and then kill your opponent some way doing so. The most iconic card is definitely Wild Growth and Wildheart Guff, as Guff sets you over 20 and he ramps you every turn with your hero power, and new cards such as Invigorate that are very, very powerful in these decks. A old strategy that used to be in Hearthstone was Aviana Coon. It was nerfed in 2018, if I believe correctly, in Boomsday with Aviana Coon and Starliner. Aviana went to 10 mana. Then in September 2023, during Caverns of Time, Aviana was reverted back to 9 mana. But by that point, ENR had already been introduced to the game, which is a direct upgrade over Coon the Forgotten King. It's very unfortunate because Coon was an iconic card that people really like to use, but Coon's viability is strictly tied to Aviana, and if there's a card better than Coon, there's no reason to use it. In the past, we've had Auctioneer Druids of many, many different types, but most recently we had Fruit Druid, where you would use Floop's Glorious Gloop to gain up to, I think it was 83 mana. Then you would hit your opponent in the face with the Forbidden Fruit and kill them on as early as turn 5. It was incredibly toxic for the game, and it was just nerfed in the latest patch to now refresh a mana crystal, but genuinely, it was degenerate. There's also Questline Druid. Questline Druid focuses on gaining attack through its hero power or through cards in its deck, and then it gains a lot of armor as well to survive and outrace other aggro decks going face. In the past, it was the best deck in the game when the Titans mini set came out and Yogg Saron had its old 15 cost that was reduced by spells. It was really broken in that deck, as well as 1 mana Rake. This deck is still pretty fun today, but I believe that if you want to play a attack Druid deck, you would much rather play Even Druid. Another type of Druid deck that we see all the time is Aggro Druid. It stems from playing a wide board and buffing it with cards like Mark of the Lotus or Arbor Up, or using cards like Embiggen to empower your deck, give them +2/+2, and then pull things like Patches the Pirate out of your deck, where it is a free 3/3. In conclusion, I believe Druid is one of the more interesting classes in Wild. Yes, it's broken a lot of the time. In the last year, it was easily the most broken class by far, with Twig Druid, with Auctioneer Druid, with Questline Druid. It had so many powerful decks, but it's just cool. I think Druid has the potential to be one of the coolest classes in the game, but Blizzard seems to not want to go with the actual interesting parts of the class identity, and they would prefer to push ramp, which people always hate. People are always upset when ramp Druid is meta. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about Druid down below, and I'll see you guys next time.
Repeat after me. Subscribe after me. Repeat after me. Subscribe after me.